All right, No Limits Podcast, episode 25, and he
That's
is
25,
back.
For those of you guys who don't understand the 2-5.
The 25, that means 20. Yeah, that means 25 guys, and
You just put them together.
the guy is back. Okay, he took a week off because
You
gotta tell that
Let
story.
me tell you the story. So I was in Galveston. So before all this coronavirus pandemic started spreading out, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it was acceptable to go on vacation for spring break. I mean, this was like a week ago. So I was in Galveston with a couple of my buddies. Left my laptop on the bed, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. Like some hotels or, resorts, they'll have like this ledge above the bed. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
So anyways, left my laptop there. Didn't even know.
Shit, man.
Sunday of last week, had to drive back so I could have it for work on Monday.
How far is that drive?
It's like 3 hours
Yeah.
and 20 minutes with traffic.
Yeah.
On the way back, it wasn't so bad, but it was.
You drove by yourself?
Yeah, I just went up
Fucking
there.
Trucked it?
Anyways, well, thanks for getting me off track.
Oh, my bad.
I was done telling the story about
Mhm. But
What?
it caused you to miss a week in No Limits.
Oh, yeah. So,
With-
I guess technically I am back. But here's an interesting concept. So, Mike and I were talking about this a little bit before the show. We might make a play and put this episode in the Lavernia group chat, like the community on Facebook.
Yeah, guys.
There's like 7,000 or 9,000 members on there. So, for one, we know you're bored out of your mind. We know you're not at work.
Quarantine life.
Yup. So we figured it was a prime opportunity to plug ourselves in and let you guys give us a listen while you're bored out of your mind. We hope
Yep.
that, the amount of time it takes to do the show, probably 50 minutes to an hour or whatever. We hope you get a lot of entertainment out of it. That's really why we do it first and foremost. But, on the back end of that, we like to provide some sort of insight. For the past couple weeks, I don't mean to be stealing the entire mic.
No, you're fine, brother. Keep going.
But yeah, I guess I missed last week, so I kind of
you got plenty of time to make up. Yeah.
So, for the past couple weeks, we started bringing guests on. We started seeing some pretty positive feedback from it. Now we're trying to stay away from that because we don't want to catch anything from any kind of shady character.
Dude, I was so surprised you were the one that brought that up because we have a real homie that I can't wait to get on because every time I talk to him, I talked to him for hours and I can't stop. So that might be a mega show, but we were going to have him on. Then he ended up going to Colorado, so it didn't work out. And then I was, hey, Jill, I was like, hey, when do you want to record this week? And we might get him on. You were like, nah, homie, quarantine life. Let's just limit the amount of people. And I'm like, oh, okay.
That's the safest way to go, I feel like. Granted, we're exposing ourselves to each other.
Yeah, but it's one less person that'll get it,
Yeah, and then, they could definitely, he could go back and, see his family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So it is the precaution. But like you said, we have been having guests on the show recently. And it's a different element.
Yeah, definitely. It's all about bringing a new perspective. But, like we said, we want to try and stay away from that for the time being while we're all stuck at home doing nothing.
That's allowed me and you to go about a month without doing a one-on-one show.
Yeah, so we've got some stuff that's, been settling for a little while. Time to get it out, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And like you said, we're going to post this more in a local feed as well. So if you're a listener somewhere far away, just know that a lot more people are going to be listening to this one than usual.
Yeah. Yeah. So, with that being said, there's a lot of pressure upon Mike and I right now to put out a good show.
I got to deliver some value.
To be honest with you, I really don't feel it. I'm just here to have a good time.
Well, I'll go. You don't feel like providing any value?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I don't feel any pressure to put out an amazing show because we always do.
Yeah, man.
First of all, we always put out a great show. Won't lie there. Secondly,
hold on.
I don't think there is a second reason.
All right, so I think a good place to go with this is because a lot of people, because me and you are at home a lot.
Okay, wait. Okay, don't mean to cut you off. I know you're gonna go with that. I know that's a big topic that we wanted to break into, but before we get into that, if you don't mind, just opening up the audience a little bit with some lighthearted entertainment and humor.
Okay.
So, like, when I first got into this Lavernia community on Facebook, I was like, okay, this is kind of crazy. Like, there's less than 1,300 people within the city limits. I'm pretty sure that's what the sign says as you're driving past 87. There's like 7,000 members in this group.
Watch there be some dude from fucking Wisconsin who just thinks this is incredible.
Keeping his tabs.
Just keeping his tabs on his.
He moved. He used to live here 10 years ago, and he wants to keep up with it. Hey, no big deal. That's cool. Like, we're glad we can have you as a listener, buddy. But with that being said, like, I'm not gonna say any names. Some of you people in that group chat, like, I really have no words. At some time, like, I'll reference a post that I saw the other day that really got me going. This
angry or happy?
A little bit of both. I was a little bit. I was a little bit angry that people think this way, but at the same time, I was like, this would be hilarious to talk about and share with everybody else.
Okay.
So
all right.
the post, it was some lady, and it was maybe less than a week ago. Whenever Corona started spreading and places were shut down. This is at the time when people went and panic bought at HEB, right?
So this was last week.
Right.
About like Wednesday, Thursday.
Maybe. Yeah. So this lady gets on Facebook, and she says she just visited HEB, was in the pet food aisle, and she noted that all the human food was gone. But all the pet food was still there. And here's what she said about that. She said, it only goes to show that the people of Lavernia are only worried about themselves. And I'm like,
what about people who don't have pets?
What? Like, she's calling out the entire city of Lavernia because the food for pets is still stocked. Like, let me tell you what. First of all, dogs and cats can eat grass.
They can eat leftover human food.
Exactly. And, we don't recommend that you have leftovers, especially during this time. We hope that you eat all of it, but, you got leftover potato peels.
You could give some to Spot. He'll be fine.
Spot's going to be all right just because you didn't get him the specialized tuna, salmon,
this is gonna be
whatever. He's going to be fine, but you don't need to call out the entire city of Lavernia.
Hey, man.
And call them selfish
drastic
because
times,
they didn't buy pet food.
Drastic times.
I don't understand that.
Drastic measures, man. She's got to call out everybody for not being
calling
animals.
She literally said, Mike, it only goes to show you that they're only worried about themselves. Like, if I only had $400 to spend on groceries a month, I definitely am not going to blow any of that on my freaking dog, who's gonna be just fine. Like I said, picking up a couple flowers and weeds. I mean, I see my dog do it.
Can I try to guess this lady's name? Because her name's either got to be, let me think, either Cheryl or Carol.
Cheryl or Carol,
or maybe Stacy.
Okay, so here's what I'll say. I do know a couple people who go by those names, and we don't mean any disrespect towards you people, besides the lady who said,
does she have that can I speak to your manager haircut?
Oh, she might
I don't
remember her name, but I do want to say I think she has that one.
You think she wants to speak to your manager? Yes.
I think she wants to speak to Al Booze.
Yes.
She wants to know why nobody's buying pet food.
Those
you guys who don't know. Oh, let me tell you a funny story about Al Booze.
Dude, everybody listening to this shit is going in the hole, man. Let's keep going.
Dude, so either 8th or 9th grade, I had this project in my science class. You might have been there, dude. I don't even remember. You might have been there. But do you remember a rat trap or mouse car? Dude, some kind of car you had to build.
Oh, that shit with a mouse trap?
With a mouse trap. Yeah, you had to build a car with a mouse trap. So we were at HEB getting supplies. And it was like me and a couple of my buddies from my class, we were just standing in one of the aisles trying to contemplate which duct tape to get, right?
Oh, dude.
All of a sudden,
is this when y'all got kicked out of the store?
yeah,
All
Al
right.
Booze comes along and he's like, you boys really need to go find your parents or you need to leave my store immediately. I'm like,
Dude,
dude, I'm just trying to
dude,
buy some duct tape. It's for school.
He does not even run that place at all.
Oh, you used to work there.
I used to work at that bitch, dude. That dude does nothing.
Dude.
And he doesn't run anything.
Hey, see, you're really throwing shots right now at
I'll
HEB
throw a shot. No, seriously, dude. Bro.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
I wasn't
keep going.
expecting. No. I wasn't gonna let you finish, but
Mhm.
I guess we're gonna get right down and dirty with this one. So
Well, I'll tell you the truth,
Go
man.
ahead.
Whenever you learn that once you work at a corporation, there's a lot of people there that don't do anything. But they don't do anything, but they get paid way too much.
Oh, yeah.
And so they got to kind of act like they do something.
So
So-
yeah, they gotta go out and throw some 8th graders for.
Hey
standing
guys,
around.
what are y'all doing in my store? Playing with cat food? Not in my store. It's like, who was gonna like check his power? Were you guys
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
be like, oh, you don't run anything? Like you weren't gonna do that. You're gonna be like, yes sir, I get out.
Right.
And like
Yeah,
then
Total abuse of his power.
an impeachable
there.
offense, honestly.
Without a doubt.
But no, dude, like when I was working there, bro, like, so there's the actual leader of the store who like has to like bow down to like corporate. But then underneath the leader of the store is a bunch of like
Managers.
sub leaders who, if he's not there, then they just kind of like make sure the place doesn't burn down. He's like
Okay.
one of those.
So
dudes.
they're not. Oh, so like they're not really calling any shots, but you
If
have to
the
s-
head
they're
guy-
just tending the fire.
If the head guy is there,
Sorry.
they're kind of just like making sure that like deer corn is there,
Kind of
and,
looking
like,
busy.
looking busy, talking, hanging out in the freezer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So he kicked
Gotcha.
you out of the store, right?
I mean, yeah, we had to leave, and
Well,
we
were
couldn't-
you guys doing? I mean, you guys were doing something, obviously.
dude?
You guys weren't just like respecting society. And
Okay.
It was like, get out of my
Okay,
store.
Here's a little side note to the store. Like, maybe a couple weeks before
Yeah.
we went into the HEB, like after a varsity football game. You know how
Okay.
we're, like junior high, it's cool to go and then hang out after the games.
Yeah,
and all
man.
that.
Hell
So,
yeah, dude.
We were. I mean, we're playing hide and seek in the produce section a couple weeks before that.
Yeah. I mean, it's just lighthearted fun.
Okay, it's eighth. We're in 8th grade, and
Yeah.
it's a Friday night at 10 p.m. Nobody's in the store.
Yeah.
What's the harm in ducking behind a bucket of melons? You know, who are we hurting
Hey,
right
man.
there?
There's no harm.
But I mean, I guess that's probably why he was a bit ticked off at us. He probably didn't want to
Maybe.
see our faces again. Just
Maybe.
booted us out of there. So
Yeah.
I mean, no hard feelings, Mr. Booze.
Well, now that you have the perspective I gave you, then next time that you
Oh,
walk
yeah.
into the store,
Next
then
time
you
somebody
can
comes kicking me out.
just say, just know in the back of your mind, he doesn't run anything.
Yeah. So, excuse me, sir. You mind if I see your contract and under which
Yeah.
clause?
Under which clause do you run this store?
Yeah. Under which clause does it give you the power to kick me out?
Should I tell your manager that you said you run this store?
Yeah, that'd be funny.
It's
Man.
hilarious.
Next time
But-
I go in HEB and I cause up some scuffle, then I might pull that one out.
Dude, you
But,
could cause a
you know,
scuffle
I
at
won't-
at a grocery store right now if you grab like 2 things of toilet paper. Oh my god, you are just
Dude.
hogging and hoarding things, and you're gonna start a war.
Well, you know what I kind of want to try is seeing like how many people are gonna be willing to pitch in to have me get all their groceries, right? So like,
Oh, dude.
say like, here's what I'm not talking about it like as a business opportunity. But I'm
Mhm,
talking about it
okay.
like as it'd be pretty funny. So like, say your family gives me money,
Mhm.
the neighbors give me money, the people across the street give me money, and I'm gonna be buying groceries for 3 families, right? Now imagine what it's gonna look like when I come back and my cart has 8 milks in it. You know,
Yeah.
and I got 20 packages
Oh, yeah.
of chicken. You know
Well,
what I'm
they're
saying?
not gonna let you buy all of it.
Well, people are gonna freak out.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even worried about the HEB people because
Mhm.
I probably wouldn't even buy it.
Yeah.
But like just having it in your basket.
What do you need all that
all the-
chicken for?
All the civilians just
Yeah.
going about their day trying to shop, like
Yeah.
just like the lady from Facebook. I'm gonna
Mhm.
have so much hate.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get trashed on.
Mhm.
That dude, there's this one dude who was trying to resell hand sanitizer and had 17,000 bottles in his garage, and now he's having to donate it all because they're not letting you basically charge over
You know,
retail for
yeah.
it on these websites. Like, what a loser. What
Yeah.
a dumbass. Trying to make like a quick 20 grand off of
Now-
the pandemic, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is a time and place to recognize when there are
Oh, when to be
when-
flipping stuff?
Like when when there's a market shortage and you can provide the
Mm-hmm.
value, you definitely are completely entitled to raise the price. That's how
Yes.
economics works.
Yeah.
I literally learned that last year sitting in my dual credit lab.
It's a fact.
Now, with that being said, it is 100% completely wrong to just
put people's
put a
lives, like,
exactly
potentially put lives at risk because you bought every single thing of hand sanitizer.
you're right, and you're exploiting people's fears
Yeah.
during this time, which is absolutely garbage. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like there's a difference between in regular times, regular days, walking into a shoe store and buying every single pair of a shoe they have and then selling it online for more money.
Mhm.
That's just called, like you said, supply and demand. I'm going to buy up all the supply and cause more demand.
For sure. Like, the store gets their money because you're buying.
And
their
the store's
shoes.
getting the same amount of money.
And then the people, obviously, if they're willing to buy, the demand is there. If they're buying
Yes.
online, there's no issue with
But
that.
if you hear that a virus is going around, oh, hey, man,
And your first instinct is to
I'm
buy
going to clean it out of
all
everything.
the hand sanitizer,
Yeah, and flip it
just
real
so
quick.
you can charge 700% more on it. Dude.
Yeah, exactly. And it's
Come
like a lot of
on.
these guys that are price gouging, they're not just trying to make like a 30% return on their money. They're trying to make like
They're
1,000%
trying to
return.
they're trying to make more than the stock market.
Oh yeah, they're trying to like sell.
They're trying to buy a new house.
Yeah, they're trying to make big moves. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
And it's just kind of crazy. I think so. Your story is funny because like the amount of people.
Thank you.
Well, I
I'm glad
think
you enjoyed.
I think what's so funny is like there's so many people that like fake strut around authority. It's not even funny.
Oh yeah, like, oh,
Like just
an
so
example.
so many people.
like ushers at a sports game. Dude, another.
Yeah, like a security at a sports game.
Not even security, like the people who stand at the entrances, like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
old ladies who
Mhm.
point you to your seats.
Yeah.
Like, maybe 9th or 10th grade, I was at a Spurs game with a couple friends, and I went with Seth. Seth
Mhm.
Williams.
Yeah, man.
We showed up to the
homie.
Spurs game. We were playing against the Clippers, and I was wearing a Blake Griffin jersey, and he was wearing like a CP3 jersey. We were wearing them like to be funny, because like
Yeah.
you know, it's the hometown team. We're rooting for the
Away
the-
team.
right?
Yeah.
So literally, all we did was we cheered when the Clippers got a bucket. Like we
Yeah.
went crazy
You're
when Blake
opposing
Griffin
fans.
slammed it down. Right?
Yeah.
We're fans enjoying a basketball game. Like people were complaining about us, and they brought security over to us. We're like 14. Like
No,
what
for real?
possible? What kind of possible
Oh my
damage
God.
or harm can we cause?
Yeah.
But secondly, we're just rooting for the other freaking team, man.
Yeah, no kidding. Like just having a home game doesn't give you solitary rights to rooting for one team.
Right?
Like it's not like
Right?
everybody here must root for this team, otherwise you're getting kicked out.
Yeah.
It's like what?
Oh no, completely unlawful.
Yeah, completely unlawful. Imagine like if that was the case, every terrible team ever, nobody would go to their games because all the terrible teams, everybody that goes to the game roots for the other team. It's like
Like the Wizards, if you go to a Wizards game, it's only because the Lakers are playing.
exactly. If they're playing the Lakers, everybody there is gonna be a Laker fan. It's just the way things work.
Yep.
Yep. And what authority would would the security have to get over there and throw you guys out because you're rooting for another team?
I don't know. But in the event that I was forced out of a building like that, I'm definitely opening up a case with
Got to,
RC
man.
Buford.
Yep. Sue the
With-
top. Sue where the money's at.
Yep.
The worst thing you could do is sue the usher. You ain't get nothing.
No.
Just sue the top, baby. Sue
Oh,
the whole
for
league.
sure, for sure. Oh, I'm suing Adam Silver.
Sue the league for a nice little. If you sued the NBA for like $500,000, it's such a small amount of money they'll just write it off and say whatever.
They're not even gonna fight you,
They won't fight you,
especially if it's something like
The
that
lawyers
they're
cost
actually
more.
wrong for.
yeah.
It's gonna give it to you.
Here you go. Get out of our hair, kid. It's a good little
Right.
money making opportunity.
Yep.
Good little business idea.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. See what kind of
Sue people.
ruckus you can cause,
Yeah.
and then
Be an
see
ambulance
what-
chaser.
right, like see how wrong people respond to it, and
Yeah,
maybe
man.
sue them. That's a very good hustle. You can make it. You can make it.
Hey,
3
man,
years salary in one game.
Freaking Thomas J. Henry does that for a living. All those lawyer guys.
Yeah, you talk about the Spurs. I've never seen a Spurs game where that guy has not advertised.
Oh yeah, man. That's where they know. That's where all the ambulance chasers are at. It's at the Spurs game. So I wanted to go ahead and get into I'll go ahead and give personal experience because me and you both usually work from home a lot. So my life hasn't really changed a lot during the past 2 weeks.
Right.
Really.
Yeah.
It's a lot of it's just been speculation and what's going on around us, but I feel like that alone has kind of like put me into a bit of a funk. Yeah, dude. And I'm just like so worried that it could get like more long lasting. Like, yeah, like the past 2 weeks or so, I've started sleeping a lot more than I used to. And I just feel very like less productive. I feel like my days have been going by super fast. Like, which isn't normal for people that are home all day bored.
Right.
But I haven't really been bored necessarily. I've been filling it up with junk entertainment a lot.
Well, are you still working as much as you were?
I still am working. I just think it's because
Probably
I'm not
step down.
Well, I'm not able to source and import as much at the scale I am. Because usually it's like every day I'm getting stuff in, so I'm breaking it down. I feel like I'm really moving. Lately, it's just been all the workload that I had, I've knocked it out. And then I'm kind of like, okay, now I'm at the point where the necessary work's gone. Now I'm just going to do some work that would just be good for me.
Well, why do you think that's, having those side effects?
I don't know, man. I don't know if it's just I feel a little
uneasy,
a little sad, a little bit just kind of like just
off.
Just off. Like my brother who's in high school has been here all day long, all week. My parents who usually work from home, but they're always in the office, they haven't been working as much because it's just not as busy. So they're in the house a lot more. And so it's like I just feel a little bit out of my element. The weather lately has been terrible.
Yeah.
It's been rainy and dark. And usually I like that weather, but mixing it with a pandemic is like I've just felt so off lately. I've been getting work done. Like I told you, my personal business this was a good week. Like, I mean, I've done more business this week than I did last week and the week before that. So it was good, which is still weird that people are still buying up a lot of stuff during this. Right. It just goes to show you, so I kind of think I'm in the unique position to where I guess what I do is like I work from home, so I won't get fired from my job. I am not over leveraged. And I sell a lot of product that's just cheap enough to where it doesn't break the bank. So no matter how bad times get, people will always have scrupulous spending. Like, 10 here.
Like a little impulse.
8 here,
Let me buy this Kevin Durant shirt.
Exactly. Let me buy this Kevin Durant shirt for $20 on eBay. So I'm able to... A lot of sellers like high ticket items because that's where all the profit's at. Like we sold that cowboy hat this week for $230, made $130 profit on it. Boom. Like that's like good money for the day. But if we were having to rely on selling nothing but $200 hats in this economy, probably going to get cold, right? But I think I sell enough items at low ticket prices to where I'm making less per item, but I can sell more because it's cheap enough to where... it's not a big deal.
So, sure. Well,
car dealerships are getting fried right now because people aren't buying cars.
Real estate groups.
Real estate's getting fried.
Well, so, okay, let me ask you. So you're saying, you're feeling a little off. Things are a bit different for you. You maybe feel a bit uneasy. I think it is a perfect opportunity to share some positive ways to utilize your free time. And then, everybody else listening, because they're all in the same boat we are.
Except a lot of them work or go to school. That's usually where their life is at. So now that they're at home,
what
do I do?
I think it's safe to say that 90% of people listening right now have way more free time
than they've had in years.
Right. Yes. So with that being said, let's talk about a couple ways that you can start utilizing it properly and start becoming.
The first one is by listening to the back catalog of No Limits podcast. Just kidding.
Wow.
No, other than my own self-interest.
He went straight from the throat. Basically, he was telling you to listen to the previous 24 episodes, which I don't know. I don't.
That could be like a whole day.
Yeah.
You could just plug in all day.
Yeah, it
and
would
just
take it would take
absorb.
you long. Yeah, it would definitely take you longer than a day, an entire day, 24 hours
Yeah,
to listen
man.
to all the
Just
shit.
imagine somebody just plugging in the whole season, just fucking
Oh, jeez.
listening,
This is
absorbing.
the end of season 1, 25.
Yep, just absorbing information.
Okay, so I mean, on a real note, there are several things that you can be doing. So the way I break it down, and I've been researching and studying and testing this as much as possible, right? It really comes down to holistic health and wellness,
Mm-hmm.
which comes down to your emotions, how you handle yourself mentally, and then even your physicality, like
Mhm.
what you're doing with to be physically healthy. So first and foremost, I would say you need to be incorporating some sort of exercise for at least
Mhm.
20 to 30 minutes. And then that exercise could either look like you lifting weights, it can mean shooting baskets for 30 minutes, running around chasing the ball
Mhm.
and putting it back up, and then even literally walking, like up
Walking.
and down your driveway.
Yeah.
So what's so healthy about that is, first of all, getting outside, because being inside all day is actually
Mm-hmm.
pretty detrimental
Oh,
to
yeah.
Mm.
I was outside earlier today throwing the tennis ball. Just fucking great. Man.
Yeah, I mean, any kind of exercise, and how the way you feel after it, the dopamine release.
Just imagine like looking out of your window and seeing everybody in your neighborhood just like walking up and down their driveway. I'd be like, bro, what is going on?
Yeah,
But I agree.
yeah, totally.
Just getting somewhat physical, because a lot of people get up and they leave. They go to work or they go to school, so they get up and go.
they get up, right? They get up and they they start circulating some blood.
Yeah,
which,
get some blood
that's not
going.
necessarily enough. You definitely want to still be
Here is
sort of exercising.
Here's a big mental hack for me.
Okay.
This is all mental. Getting actually dressed.
Oh.
Because I mean, I'm not going to go into
It
the
is
details of
interesting.
what I sleep in. Okay.
All right. Thank
But
you.
let's say you put on pajamas and a t-shirt. You go to sleep and you wake up and you wear that stuff all day long. For me, I'm going to be out of it. I'm going to feel way too casual. I'm going to feel lazy. I'm going to feel unprofessional. Even if I'm only by myself all day long, I'm going to be like chilling, lazy. But if I got up and then I changed into just say a decent pair of jeans, maybe a polo shirt or just a long sleeve shirt, just changed a little bit. Still put on the comfy socks,
Yeah.
but
Of course.
kind of
Maybe a
just
ball cap.
force yourself to put on an actual outfit for the day. And for me, that's been a mental hack for just like jump starting a little
Okay,
bit.
yeah,
Like
no,
feel like
totally.
the day's starting. I'm not just lounging all day.
I like that a lot. So I mean, we can even wrap that together with something else. So as soon as you wake up, work up some kind of sweat for at least 20 minutes.
Let me tell
like
you,
I said, like 1 second, but get up out of bed, do 10 push-ups, and go outside, walk for 10 minutes, and then come back inside and maybe do jumping jack. I don't know, do something, right? And then after that, go in and take a shower, brush your teeth,
and get started. We're still with something.
drink a glass of water,
Mm-hmm.
and then get dressed, just like Mike said, and then get after it. But the key to utilizing your time effectively is to develop some sort of routine, especially in the morning, whenever that's the most important time of the day. That
It is.
builds the momentum for
Because
the rest of your day.
nothing's more
It's-
devastating to me than looking at the clock and seeing it's 1 and realizing you haven't done anything.
Oh yeah, that's brutal.
Then you're like, man, my day is halfway gone.
Yeah, and then
Here, let me tell
just,
you.
just like you said, or just like I said, the momentum thing. Maybe that carries on to the next day, and start putting off the routine.
You know what's some
Start
shit
going
that
into this negative
I've
spiral.
seen people do that is just, to me, excruciating? People, as soon as they wake up, they'll go take an ice cold shower.
Ooh.
Man, dude, taking cold showers, I feel like a cat in
Well,
water when I
they're-
do that. But
cold showers are really good for you.
yes, it shocks your system. It like gets your metabolism working. It wakes you up quick.
Flushes out. Oh, so something about lactic acid for people who work out a lot. You get pretty sore when you start lifting weights. A good way to flush out that lactic acid, which is the acid that causes soreness in your muscles. A minute of cold water in the shower, and then a minute of hot, and you keep cycling through it.
Really?
Yeah, that's actually a
Oof.
game right there. That's a game changer.
Because warm water is like relaxing. It
Yeah.
Doesn't it like releases the muscles?
I
The
feel like
cold
it's
water tenses it
I
up.
feel like it's decompressing, right?
Yes.
The warm water, but
And
as
the
soon as you
cold water
turn
will
that cold
compress.
water, you're like, ooh, you start.
Because when it's warm, when it gets
you
cold,
let
you're
it
like,
out. Yeah.
right.
Mhm.
So, there's definitely something to that. But there's people that take cold showers as soon as they wake up. I feel like you gotta be mentally strong to do that. Like Jesus, like that.
You don't even have to be mentally strong to do it. You literally have to make a conscious decision
Yes.
in the back of your mind that says, all right, I'm going to do it, and I know it's going to suck, but I'm going to get over it, and it's going to not be so bad the next
But
day.
then once you get to the point where you love it, then
Oh, yeah.
then you're just like
things start
obsessed. It's like a
things start
drug.
getting scary, right? But it's the same thing with working out.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, especially people who, work constantly, probably 70% of people listening right now don't even have any kind of exercise routine.
Probably not. No,
mean,
I really don't have much of an exercise routine.
Well, here's the thing about that. It's the same thing as a cold shower. It's gonna suck at first. It's gonna
Suck at first.
You're gonna have to overcome this mental barrier, and it's gonna be insanely
Yep.
tough to overcome. But as soon as you do, it gets easier the
Mm-hmm.
next time. And just like we said with momentum, the
Yep.
more you do it, the easier it becomes, and the stronger and the better that you get at it.
I did that with taking care of my teeth.
Oh yeah,
I didn't really make the change. I'd always heard my entire life like really need to be flossing, you really need to be brushing, your teeth are bad. But it wasn't until I got to a point where I was gonna like basically have to pay for my own teeth that I just had to make a decision. And it was also them telling me that I was gonna have gum disease, and I was like,
Ooh.
I do not want all that. I made a conscious decision one day to brush my teeth, floss my teeth twice a day, both, and then mouthwash one time. And it was tough. Building these habits is not easy, and it sucks. But I tell you what, once you build it, there's nothing more that you hate than not being able to do it. Like if
Yeah.
I have to go a day where I'm not around like my toothbrush or something, I'll be like, man, damn
like
it.
say you're camping and you forget
Yeah,
your
exactly.
overnight bag.
It'll bug me like crazy, because like part of it is like just knowing I should do it, and the other part of it is like you physically somehow get addicted to what used to suck.
Yeah.
Like for me, I mean, this is like
Like,
super in depth.
you start like once you pick up a habit, the more you
Yes.
do it, the more you enjoy
I
it.
love
too. Like
the
it feels
feeling-
good. Like you feel accomplished when you do
Yes,
it.
like the feeling when you floss your teeth really good and your gums are just throbbing just a little bit. Dude, I love that feeling. I'm
I
like,
don't know
bro.
if that's supposed to last. I'm gonna have to ask
Well, no,
my
it
aunt on
doesn't
that one.
last. It doesn't last, which is unfortunate. It doesn't last.
I think that's a good thing that
It's a good thing because that means your
Well,
gums
see-
are irritated.
right, which is not.
Right.
I mean, what I'm saying, probably about after a week or two of flossing, it should stop.
Yeah,
throbbing, even
it
when you're flossing
does.
every day.
It does. But like, you don't want to go like deep floss all the time. So sometimes you just lightly floss. But then when you do a deep floss, you get that feeling a little
Oh,
bit. You're
gotcha.
like, oh, nice. And I'm sure it's the same way with a cold shower.
Oh,
We're
dude,
like-
have you ever taken one?
Dude, it scares
Okay,
the shit out of me to
When
even
you
think about
get-
it.
When you get out of a
Yeah,
cold shower,
yeah, I
bro,
know.
you're just charged up.
I know. It's like it's like getting shocked by lightning.
Right? So, like, the scene from the Rocky movie after he climbs up the steps?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
That's what you feel like after you get out. Like, when
Like
you're
the
when you're
king.
in the shower, definally probably
Oh,
one of the worst experiences you can
beat.
have. Like,
Yep.
it's just pounding you. Cold water, you're
Shivering.
like your
Shivering.
teeth are clattering, and you're
Yep.
just,
Relentlessly
you're just stuck.
tense.
You're just stuck. Like, you literally can't move. Another fun thing to do is getting under the shower head, right? Put the back of like the little area between your neck and where your skull starts. And,
Okay.
like, either hot or cold water. You put it right there, and you'll just go like, you'll just get paralyzed.
Really?
Yeah, that's crazy right there. You're just like,
Yeah.
it's just hitting you right there, and then all of a sudden you go,
Man.
it's crazy.
Those cold showers are something different. I've always enjoyed, and I would honestly probably pay for this one day, like doing like meditation like with an instructor who will like send you through the exercises and tell you, picture this,
Yeah.
relax. Like, dude, I did that one time hardcore at school. We did it in one of these like rooms that had like a wood floor.
Okay.
Shit. Hold on. Okay, so we went to this room with like a wood floor. So we all got to lay on the floor, and our teacher was going through all these like breathing exercises, and
Wait, what was this?
this is for theater arts. Okay.
Oh. All right.
And so
Mr.
we
Sharp?
did. No. It was for
Tech Theater.
Josh Miller. He was that goofy dude with the long blonde hair.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He moved away for some reason, but
Oh.
I randomly saw him at a Walmart in San Antonio, and like he looked like he did not fuck with me. But, so we did these like meditative workouts, like laying
Yeah.
on the ground, and I tell you, when I got up afterwards, I felt like I was high. I'm telling you the truth. Like I just felt like paralyzed. I was like, wow, that was incredible. Like if you could do that every day.
Well,
It's
you
like,
can.
I don't know if
definitely can.
I would definitely probably do it at the end of my day, because I don't think like you don't feel very productive when you feel high. But at the end of the day, what a great way to like settle down.
Actually, I was doing a little bit of research on meditation yesterday. So, for those of you who don't know, meditation is actually a considerably large part of my life. Like I've done it every day since probably 8th grade. So
Really?
Yeah, so at least 6 years now.
How do you go through it?
I mean, I started with 3 minutes a day. Just started building up a minute every day. I did it up to 20 minutes. Right?
It's like, goddamn, now you'd be like 8 hours.
No, it'd be like 3 days worth.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even be living if I kept doing it. But what was I going
those were
with it?
those breathing exercises, right?
Not necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
So okay. Here's what I will say about meditation, right? Extremely good way to be present. And what being present means, being present is a very important characteristic of oneself, where you're in the moment. You know what I mean? So you hear about the stories of MJ and Kobe and LeBron when they're in the zone.
Yeah.
So they're literally just playing basketball and they're reacting to every situation perfectly without thinking about it, because they're so immersed in the moment. That's what presence is.
Their
So, like,
mind's not actively working. They're just in it. Just not even thinking.
No,
like,
exactly.
It's like
that's what meditating. That's what meditating.
it's like
is.
getting the
It's
ball at the
not
last
thinking.
second.
It's just
going up and drilling it. You're not like thinking, oh, what if I miss? What if I don't? You're
Yeah.
just like in the. You're just
I mean,
moving.
It's not even that you're looking to shoot. It's just that you're dribbling down the court and you're just reacting to certain things. Somebody picks up the off-ball cutter who's going to the corner three, so you can't pass it to him. But then some center's clogging up the lane, so you got to stop and you got to pop the J.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you do, it's just muscle memory at top.
It's all muscle memory. Yeah.
But so meditation is basically the state of being, right? Just being, existing.
Yeah.
Which is, I would consider it like a superpower, because not a lot of people can just shut off their mind. And
yeah.
It's actually like a lot of people, especially today, like always want to be busy, always want to be doing something
Fast.
And right now too, right? So the ability to just take a break from it all and literally do nothing,
Space out.
is first of all very hard.
Extremely
But
hard. Because
secondly,
the second you hear your
very,
phone, beep,
very,
It breaks
very
it.
beneficial. So, if any of you guys are looking to, learn more about meditation, I'm probably not the guy to teach you
yeah, you
about
don't
all
have
of
you're
it,
not an MD
right?
in
Definitely not.
meditation.
But there are some people out there who can teach you quite a bit, and I would definitely look into the benefits of what meditation
it's just so
can do for
interesting
you.
because the world nowadays is so loud and so busy and so fast that it's super easy to live your entire life just being a reactant and not like being in the moment. Your entire life you just react off the news and what's going on, and
it's all the thinking and the overthinking.
yes,
Which meditation helps you.
it strips like
curb,
it's just
definitely.
when you're meditating, the entire like point is to like just all these things that are going on in your life, like you just gotta like zone out, like tune out of it, just like a moment in time where
It's like you're resetting internally.
it's like you're turning off your phone, like and it's not only you turn it off, you're gonna turn it off and let it sit turned off for a little while, let the thing cool down. You gotta do the same thing for your mind. Like just I used to always think, the people would always tell me, your mind is always thinking, you're always doing something. I'm like, well, when you're meditating, you are thinking or doing something, but it's just like super calm down.
Yeah.
It's like it's like only going 1 mile an hour instead of 100.
It's so there's a couple different theories about the way meditation goes, which is either the focus of one thing or the focus of nothing. So
I've always done it focusing on one thing.
okay. So yeah, people definitely do that, and people definitely focus on nothing, and the benefits are still the same. What I will say about meditation is here's how it works, and here's how I do it. I'll close my eyes, get into a sitting position, like at the edge of my bed, and I'll just turn off the lights, turn off the fan, whatever.
Go straight Buddha.
And then I'll start breathing, right?
Mm-hmm.
4 seconds in, hold it for 4 seconds without holding your breath, if that makes sense. Like you're just holding your air in without holding your breath, and then exhaling for 4 seconds, focusing on the counting and focusing on the breathing. Like literally focusing on the breathing, like the way it feels in your nose when you're inhaling, and the way your chest feels when you're holding it, and then you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, the thing about how the thoughts work while you're meditating, the goal of it is to think of nothing, right? But at the same time, you can't be focused on not thinking, because as soon as you do that, you defeat the whole purpose. It's like trying to say, don't think of a purple elephant. You're going to think of a purple elephant.
Now I'm thinking of a damn purple elephant.
Just like if you're thinking to yourself, okay, don't think of any thoughts.
Yes.
Cat in the Hat just popped into my head.
Yeah, or you're just telling yourself, don't think, don't think, don't think, don't think.
Exactly. Just like if you're shooting free throws at a basket and you're saying, don't miss, don't miss, don't miss. Yeah. What's the likelihood that you're going to miss? It's going to be pretty high.
You're a little bit more tense, you know.
You're aiming. Right.
It's the exact equivalent of kind of like the difference between shooting free throws and then shooting free throws in a high pressure situation. It's the same shot.
It's 100. It's the same thing.
It's
same
the same
motion,
shot,
same
or
distance.
it's like a last second shot
height.
compared to a shot in the second quarter. It's all the same shot. It's just the added mental pressure or the added element of uncertainty. You know, the added,
or even the added. I mean, since it is a pressure situation, people who can't be present let it overcome them.
Yes. And so instead of being able to just
so they can't just do it. They can't just
zone
do it
out and just be calm within one, like it's no big deal. It's harder because it's like because then if they're having to be in a meditative state, it feels like pressure. It's like, oh, I don't know if I'm able to do it, or this is gonna be hard. Or like a lot of people can't even get off their phone long enough to meditate. Like they hear their phone.
Literally, it takes
they just got to get back
minutes.
on it.
Literally takes 3 minutes.
Yep. And if you do it the right way, that can give you like at least an hour buzz, just like a calm.
Oh, okay. So the other thing I want to mention just before we probably start wrapping it up, because I really like the length and the format of the show. I feel like it. But anyways, what I was gonna say. Do you remember the one time I told you about the breathing thing I did?
Yeah.
So the point of it is to just get oxygenated as much as possible. So like if you did this before a workout, you're just gonna have so much more energy. You're gonna be able to perform so much better and work out harder and longer and faster. I did this exercise. A guy showed it to me. Met him in California. The guy was a 2-time world heavyweight champ boxer. Right. Told me to do this before I worked out. Right. So I did. Unfortunately, I did it in my truck on the way to the gym. So I start breathing real deep, right? And I start holding a little bit. And
you still got to stop at red lights.
Well, yeah. I mean, in the middle of this breathing exercise, I almost passed out when I was driving.
Yeah.
Like I started seeing black, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And then I stopped doing it.
So well, a lot of the it's like you got to build up a tolerance to it. It'd be like the equivalent of having never drinking before in your life and then jugging on a 6-pack. You're gonna get laid out on your ass fast. It's like if you're just trying to go cold turkey into a 5-minute intense breathing exercise.
Oh yeah.
You haven't,
because it was the first time I'd ever done it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Okay, before we end, I want you to give your personal feelings and insights over the past like 2 weeks. I'd say about being in quarantine life. I would say.
Okay.
Just kind of like how is your daily operations?
Personally for me, just like you said, not much has changed because I'm used to being home, working from home.
Right.
The only thing that has changed is instead, like with my business that I run, which is a marketing company, full service digital agency, right? I'm right now in the process of only fulfilling work and not going for
No
new work,
acquisition.
right?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to acquire anybody because that's going to take a meeting.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to force me to drive out to San Antonio, meet in a public place. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just not going to do that right now.
It's
I feel
running
like,
in place, not
I've-
running backwards or forward. Just
I'm just taking care of what I got. Yeah. So that's what I've been like. And, like I said, trying to build up good habits all the time, meditating, reading, working out.
has you feel the same though? You still feel just as good as always?
No, because I was really excited that all of my homies from college came back, right? Because they're going to be living in town again. It's just going to be just like the summer before college, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now it's just really hard to go out and do stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so disappointed in that. I understand why it's happening. Hopefully it'll all be cleared up soon. Those are my thoughts on it.
Yeah. So I know you said, because I was kind of thinking like, what are some good things for people to do while they're at home? A lot of people aren't ambitious to start, something crazy or anything. Like you said, like the exercising and the breathing habits.
Exercising,
and like I said, morning routine, and kind of just force yourself to feel like it's a real day. Like for me, the hack is getting dressed, and then showering, of course, maybe doing like a workout or something, and then even if you're gonna get dressed and be at home all day, it just makes you feel like you're not. It makes
zombie.
You feel like you're not a zombie. Exactly. You're not just sitting at home and just waiting and just sitting at home and seeing if the world's going to collapse, like you just get dressed. I think if you want to create, if there's been anything in your life, which you guys will know what it is, not us, that you've said for the past couple years, I wish I could do that, or I want to do this, or I just have never had the time to do that. Now's the time. It's over.
Yeah.
You're going to expose yourself to yourself on whether or not you're full of crap. Because we all have time, a lot of time now. I'm talking, you got at least 2 weeks where there's nothing going on. So if you wanted to start doing this blog,
let's issue a challenge to everybody listening. All 20,000 listeners right now.
And they're going to let us down.
We're going to issue a challenge.
They're not going to do
no
it.
Faith. I believe in you. I completely 100%.
This is reverse psychology. You say you ain't going to do it. So that way they're all like, screw you. I'm going to do it.
That's kind of nice. So, with everything that was said today, about meditation, breathing, getting dressed, showering, exercising, eating healthy, whatever it was, keep all of those in mind. But here's a challenge that we issue to you today is to take this time during quarantine to try and better yourself. In whatever way possible. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Whether that be starting one new habit that you can start building on. My challenge is that you just start adopting the mindset that you can always get better. And living that style of life is going to be very fulfilling. Just building on yourself, being healthy, and then whatever else it is that
is, I hope a lot of us after this, we learn important lessons about money, diversification, because we could go on and on about the problems that people are going to have, but I hope that all of us can leave with a sense of, if we made it through this, then we can make it through a lot of stuff.
Oh, definitely.
Right? So you'll feel a little bit more secure and stable. Yeah, you could go on and on about what we were talking about beforehand, people who were over leveraged, people who had no cash, all these types of things, but we won't, because we wanted to entertain, and we gave you guys some good pointers that I think anybody can adopt, right? Like, we didn't say, oh, this is a great time to start putting out 3 pieces of content a week and tripling your business.
It's definitely a good time. We're not telling you to go and buy 30 shares in the Exxon stock, right?
I bought some Exxon stock, but you don't have to. You did too?
Yeah.
Nice, bro. I got to show you my stocks that I got after this.
Oh, totally.
I'll add in a little tip. I mean, now's not a bad time to buy stocks if you want to buy some.
I mean, we won't get into that.
I mean, it's not a bad idea.
Definitely not. Basically, everything's dirt cheap right now. 75% off. It's like going into a foreclosed
Yeah.
store. Like, y'all remember
Yeah.
Toys R Us back in the day?
Man, they were
Exactly
giving
like
away
that.
drafts for 25 cents and they were closing down. You know, they were giving that stuff away.
Yeah. Well, hey, thank you so much for listening. I had a lot of fun on today's show. Hope you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
had a lot to learn from us. Hope you guys were pretty entertaining too. I feel like we did a good
Hopefully.
job, but it is what it is. We're always going to be here every single week. Thank you so
Every
much
week,
for
man.
tuning in. If you're listening to this right now, you're officially part of the Strive family, so welcome.
Thank you, Strive family.
Yep.
This has been the No Limits podcast on the Strive Network, episode 25.
25.
Michael P. signing out.
Michael Pendergraft and Joseph Cortez.
Michael
that is
Pendergraft signing
the
out.
greatest duo since LeBron and D Wade.
I mean, and they only won 2 chips. I think we're going to win way
3,
more than that. You
4,
know what I mean?
5,
5,
6,
6, not 8,
7.
not 9.
You know, I would personally rather be Tim Duncan and Greg Popovich.
because
not the biggest fan
that
of
duo
LeBron
is
James.
still, they're still doing stuff.
Tim and
Yeah,
oh, totally.
they're
Yeah.
still working.
They're still coaching together. So
Maybe me and Joe in 20 years we'll be working together, not making the playoffs anymore, but still, still doing stuff.
yeah, totally.
Yeah, guys, we're out. We'll see you guys again next week. Thank you for listening.
Hey, don't forget the challenge either.
Don't
we
forget
got
the
our
challenge.
eyes on you. We're
Let
gonna
us
be
know-
keeping tabs on you in that group chat. So
Let us know what you thought about
be
the
ready.
episode. If you enjoyed it, leave a 5-star on Apple and subscribe to the show.
Most importantly, though, if you enjoyed it, share it with a buddy. Share it with
Yes.
your wife, husband, cousin.
Play it out loud
uncle.
in the car.
Yeah. Listen to it on your way to work. I guarantee. Well,
Well, play it on your way
GG.
into the shower, or
yeah. Listen to it while you're in the shower
yes, or when you're walking up and down
or
your
when
driveway.
you're exercising.
Yep, facts.
Yep. All right. Well, hey, we won't take any more of your time. Thank you so much for having us. Again, this was No Limits episode 25.
Peace.
See ya. See ya. See ya.